What is going on, everybody? Happy Halloween. I hope you're happy, healthy, and enjoying your Halloween. I'm having a great Halloween. I'm just finishing up some reaction videos. Today I had a fantastic stream with the BTS Army. We watched the Rise of BANGTAN Chapter 4, and man, it was a lot of fun. It was a very engaging and beautiful documentary, to be honest. And today we're going to get into the deleted scenes. Pretty pumped about this one. Let's say we get right on into it. Let me switch screens and get right on into that. Kill the audio over here. Yeah, so here we go. This is chapter 4, deleted scenes. These are pretty fun. I just finished up chapter 3, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying these deleted scenes almost just as much as the actual documentary themselves. I'm glad I decided to check them out. There's a lot more content here. There's a lot more to get into. And I don't know, it kind of just shows a little bit more of a candid moments from the guys. So, I don't know. Let's see what chapter 4 is about. Here we go. This has got to be off School Love Affair. Next week, I'm doing a stream on that one. It'll be Chapter 5 and School Love Affair. Live album reaction and the whole documentary.
작업을 하는 내내 굉장히 힘들었었어요. 이거는 이때
Wait, let me take that back here. I didn't see what he said, what song it was. I want to know what song they were having a tough time writing. All right, so you're talking about the writing process for Boy in Love. Okay.
작업을 하는 내내 굉장히 힘들었었어요. 이거는 이때
Look at the packaging. That's one thing I respect about this. And I asked a question a couple weeks ago, and you guys answered me. I said, do you guys still buy CDs out there? I mean, everything over here is pretty much all digital. And people said, yeah, the packaging and like how these things are put together is actually quite beautiful. And I'm not sure if this is a CD or a booklet, but I mean, look at this whole thing. It looks like it's a tablet. It's like kind of wrapped up. I mean, this is like an actual little book. I see a CD over there. I don't know if this is School Love Affair. I mean, I see an S. Probably is. Yeah, it's got to be because these are the lyrics. But he's about to talk about why he had such trouble writing Boy in Love. So let's figure out why.
벌스를 쓰는데 사실 어떻게 써야 될지 감도 잘 안 왔어요.
Couldn't get the vibe.
굉장히 오래 작업을 했었던 것 같아요. 뭐 많이 수정하지는 않았지만 그래도 뭔가 많은 대중분들에게 좀 더 쉽게 다가가려고 무언가 좀 귀에 잘 들어오는 표현들을 썼던 것 같아요. 그리고 전반적으로 좀 신나는 느낌을 많이 내고 싶었어서 가사도 이제 응원하기 쉬운 그런 단어들을 선택하느라고 좀 애를 썼던 것 같아요.
That's cool that he has them and he's doing it, thinking about the fans as well. So it looks like this is going to be the second song off it, because you can just see this is the intro over here. And if this follows the same formula as the first two albums, it's basically going to be like a 1.5, 2-minute intro, mostly instrumentations and like maybe like a little speech or something. So the first single is probably going to be Boy in Love. So this is going to be the true introduction to what this album's about. And I'm not sure if they had the idea to tie this whole trilogy together with the school trilogy, I guess I can call it. But this, I know this last album does tie that trilogy together somehow. So this is kind of an important album. This is the climax of the entire thing. So it's interesting to see them and be so open about the fact that they were struggling with certain songs and everything. It's cool to see them in this manner, because a lot of what I've seen from them is when it was before their pre-debut days, when they were like just so hungry and they were just so like ready for it. They're like, we're going to keep striving, we're going to keep fighting no matter what. And I'm not saying they don't have that attitude now, because they definitely do 100%. But there seems to be almost a little less confidence in some areas. And maybe they're just being humble. That's kind of my theory. But there does seem to be some sort of like they do seem to be at least a little bit more open with some of the struggles and everything that they're going through when it comes to a creative process, at least.
싶었어서 가사도 이제 응원하기 쉬운 그런 단어들.
Beautiful packaging, though. This is awesome.
하느라고 좀 애를 썼던 것 같아요.
I might try to get my hands on some of this.
정말 앞으로 내가
This was hard.
어린이 나의 좀 어리광 그런 모습을 이제 조금씩 줄여야 되겠고, 다음에 나의 이제 어른이 됐으니까 좀 더 어른답게 행동하겠다. 정말 웃으면 안 돼. 정말 어른이 되면서 정말 나중에 한 40대, 30대는 저스틴 팀버레이크 같이 스트 딱 입고 노래 딱 부르는데 정말 그런 멋짐을 한번 보여주겠다. 약속.
Yeah, so this was a cool little moment they had in the documentary. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet with me yet, but it was cool. So V was essentially, he's becoming an adult in his eyes, and he expressed very clearly, he's like, I thought that I would wake up, you know, I just like, all of a sudden I would be this adult and my mindset would change, my life would change. And, you know, I remember thinking that myself. I remember thinking, I'm going to be a different person once I'm 18 and I graduate and everything like that. And it's just honestly not the case. You're just a couple of years, or a year older rather. And he seems almost kind of like a little sad about this. Like he thought there'd be some sort of great shift, but he still has the same schedule, still has the same mindset and everything. And that's because there is no magic number. You know, essentially we're all just kids at heart, no matter what the age. And I think that's a reason why I kind of dig, you know, these old videos and watching, you know, these young boys go through life at this point, because I find myself in a lot of their character. Not necessarily what they're doing. I was not in a K-pop band, obviously. But I mean, I was in music, and I was in bands, and I was in the production side of things. I mean, nothing to this level, but I had a little bit of a taste of kind of what this is, or at least some of the dedication and work and things like that go into production. Like I said, not nearly as massive as this, and there was no choreography or any of that stuff, but there was A&R representatives and producers and managers and all sorts of people that were on your back about stuff. So I kind of can understand that, and I can kind of see where they're coming from, and I can kind of see like they don't want to disappoint people, they don't want to, you know, be annoying people or whatever. And I have a feeling that there's so many times where they just wanted to be boys, you know, having fun, laughing around, joking. They probably had a million people on their back to tell them to like shut up and focus. At least that's the way it was for me. You know, I was just trying to have fun with the boys, and you know, producers would come in and be like, if we don't finish this track, we're gonna be here all night, and the label's not gonna pay anyway. The people would get on our back when we were horsing around, and you can see like he's like, I thought I'd be an adult and I'd be more, you know, pristine, and I'd be more prestigious, and I would stand up straight and I would sing like this. And I remember kind of having that feeling too, and that mindset, but it doesn't happen. But it was a cool little moment here on the documentary, and I'm glad that they kind of dived a little bit deeper into it, because he said, you know, he's almost looking forward to his 30s and 40s, and he said he promises he's gonna be cool. So he already even has an idea of what he wants to be like 20 years from now. Pretty neat. A cute little moment.
꼭 약속해. 어른이야 나.
Wait, I'm an adult.
네. 그리고 또 큰 일이 있었다 그러던데. 우리
Oh no, he did?
맹장 수술.
Oh, the appendix. What, did it burst?
괜찮아요.
Oh shoot.
한결 몸이 좀 더 가벼워졌습니다. 그래서
Yeah.
네, 사실 연말 시상식 같이 무대에 서고 싶었는데 서지도 못하고 사실 앨범 작업을 하는데 이 앨범 작업을 하는 데 있어서 굉장히 시간도 촉박하고 되게 이제 마스터 넘어가기 전날 녹음 다 끝내고 막 이런 식으로 좀 급하게 작업을 했었는데 그래도 정말 좋은 결과가 나온 것 같아가지고 참 다행인 것 같습니다.
이론이고요.
우리 친하면서요.
몬스터 둘이에요.
절친이라면서.
저 아니 고등학교 같이 다니고 있어요. 같은 동아리였어요. 디자인. 하지마. 디자인. 하지마. 그 디자인부라고 동아리 활동.
Oh, design club. I thought it was a band. Love it.
I'm curious. You guys live together, right? 같이 숙소 생활하잖아요.
네, 그렇습니다.
Do you guys have time to go out to play together outside of the 숙소?
있나요? 시간을? No. No free time.
Hey, he's honest.
만약 쉬는 시간 있으면 자거나 연습실 가서 연습을 하거나.
So which members are roommates right now? 짝이 어떻게 지어졌어요?
저희 이제 한 방을 같이 살고 있어가지고.
One room
네.
and 7 members?
네네.
Yep.
Sad.
He's almost embarrassed. I love it. I love it. Oh man, dude, I've been digging RM lately. I've been really digging a lot of his work. And just like his expressions and everything. I know he's the leader and everything like that, but just kind of seeing him break down and get embarrassed in certain moments. It's awesome. Because I mean, he's mentioned several times, you know, that he almost wanted just to be a part of the underground, and he's at this point he's struggling whether he's a rapper, whether he's a dancer, and he's starting to come to the belief and the realization that he's actually an artist, and none of that label stuff matters, and he's just going to be doing what he wants to be doing, and doing what an artist does, which is just great, you know. And it's funny to see him get embarrassed. I dig it.
한 방에 7명이 같이 있다고.
And a manager too. It's like 8.
Oh, there's a manager in there too. Nice.
Not in one room, but yeah.
그
7
매니저는
members.
혼자.
Yeah, yeah.
와 매니저 부럽다.
7 members in a
7 members, I can't even
smelly.
imagine.
And, you know, we got food flies.
아,
Right.
Yeah. The other day, I woke up at like 4 a.m. It's done because of the noise sound like and I went straight to the kitchen and there was Jungle with a vacuum and he was sucking all the Drosophilus and they were gone.
Kind of reminds me of that scene from Tommy Boy, David Spade sucking the moth. I don't know. You guys see that movie? It's pretty funny. 111 shredding more light onto the underground versus K-pop. Oh, cool. All right. So we're gonna get a better look of what the underground actually is.
사실 남준이가 그 언더에서 활동을 했다고 그 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 그 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그런 거를 했던 사람 치고 진짜 우리가 제대로 언더그라운드 활동을 했다라고 사람은 사실 꼽기 힘들어요. 남준이도 마찬가지고.
아들 사랑한다. 제이홉 파이팅.
Oh my God, this part.
방탄소년단 파이팅.
안녕. 인사. 미키도 안녕. 호선아, 누나랑 엄마야. 21번째 생일 너무 축하하고 이번에 2번째 미니 앨범이 나왔는데
So sweet.
그만큼 좋은 결과가 있었으면 좋겠고 아빠도 늘 건강관리 잘하고 바로 옆에서 같이 있지는 못하지만은 늘 응원하고 있으니까 힘내고 그리고 생일도 즐겁게 하루 보냈으면 좋겠어. 안녕. 엄마도 생일 축하해. 축하. 항상 건강하고 방탄 화이팅! 화이팅!
Oh my God. And they're gearing out the cake for him. Oh, it's just so sweet. So sweet. Oh my God. Yeah, this part kind of it broke my heart a little bit to see, you know, J-Hope break down like that. Like he's got that ugly cry going on. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's ugly. I mean, there is no controlling that man at this point right now. He is having a complete breakdown. He can even, his shoulders are slouched. There's just tears pouring out of his eyes. His face is beet red. And I was looking at chat and I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of sweet. His parents are sending him a birthday video. But why is this guy breaking down so much? And what chat was telling me was that, like, he's, you know, he wanted his father's approval so much. I know we were just listening to the mother and sister right there, but he really wanted his father's approval, and it meant so much to him. So when his father came out and he said, I support you, I love you, I want you to be happy and healthy, and BANGTAN fighting and supporting him at that point, just watching him break down like that was both heartwarming, and it was also kind of broke my heart a little bit as well, because I'm like, oh, I kind of feel for him, but at the same point, I bet so much stress and so much anxiety is just escaping off of his shoulders. All of the tireless effort that he's putting into this entire production, you know, is starting to pay off, and now he even has his parents' approval on the whole thing. What a beautiful, amazing. I feel almost bad watching this moment. I feel like this moment probably isn't even for us, you know. I don't know how they feel about us seeing this or whatever, but I feel like this should be more of a private moment, you know, now that I think about it. But I mean, if he hasn't said anything, doesn't care. I mean, they're very open with their fans anyway. Maybe it was just a beautiful moment that he wanted to share in general. I don't mean it should be a private moment because he was crying, and he shouldn't be doing that, in the camera. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe in that. I just mean maybe he'd want to just have it for his own personal thing. But the fact that they were able to share it with everybody, it's an absolute beautiful moment, you know. so many times, I've heard from these documentaries that, idols are on this pedestal. They're almost godlike. They're these figures that cannot be touched. They are the perfect embodiment of what a human is. But that's not the case. These are humans up there. These are humans up there that are sacrificing and putting themselves in a very difficult position, and in a position that chances are is not going to work out, and it might all be for nothing. In fact, most of the time, most of them don't succeed. Most of them, I think they said like 1% of these idols make it through and do something with their career, or, go a little bit further, just because there's new idols and new trainers coming every year. So you're constantly in competition. But to know that at this point, you at least have the love and the respect and the support of your parents like that. It's a beautiful, candid moment, and it truly humanizes these figures that are supposed to be seen as perfect specimens, because we are human. To be human is to feel and have these emotions, and it was probably one of my favorite moments of seeing BTS do anything. Was that moment right there when I saw him break down and just have the approval of his family. It was an absolute beautiful moment. It was a heart-wrenching moment, but it was a touching moment as well. And you can't help but feel for the guy. And again, the brothers just kind of coming in and surrounding him. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. Even when I was at that age, if I was in a group with my guy friends, he was 21 there. Yeah, it was his 21st birthday. I can't imagine breaking down into tears with 10 of my buddies in one room and just and crying like that, and them being supportive. I'm sure just one or two of them would have been like, dude, what are you doing? But times have changed. People are more open towards actual emotions. Well, we're a little less guarded. Maybe not everybody, and maybe not anybody actually. Maybe it's just these guys and how close they are and what they've been through. Because I'm assuming everybody else, all these other members in BTS, they're probably all have these same exact feelings. They're not able to see their families. They're off at essentially what is this insane camp? They're living there. They're sharing this one bedroom. They're away from their loved ones. So, I'm sure they probably get shit from their parents from time to time, because they miss them or they want them to do something else or whatever the case may be. So finally getting that love and support is something I think all of the guys in BTS truly want from all of their loved ones. They want that affirmation of saying, I do support you and I do love you, and keep doing what you're doing, and I'm fully behind you. I think truly more than anything, that's probably what all of these boys want at this point. So beautiful, beautiful moment. I'm sorry, I know I rambled on about that, but come on, that's super touching. So touching. All right, the aftermath of Suga's birthday.
준비하면서 이거 한 100분 정도 오셔가지고 우리가 다 먹으면 어떡하냐고 걱정했었는데 제가 이제 한 300분 정도 먹을 예상하고 제가 주문을 해서 선물을 준비했는데 제가 생각보다 더 많은 팬분들이 와주셔가지고 정말 그분들에게 쓸 메시지를 쓰고 있습니다.
횟수가 300명, 솔직히 300명도 못 올 줄 알았는데 이렇게 350명이 왔다고 하더라고요. 그래서 추가 작업을 하고 있습니다. 슈가는 깨울까요? 제가 다 했습니다.
That's awesome. Okay, so this puts a little more context into what this was. Okay, so I guess this was okay, so I was a little confused when this documentary was going on as to what these little treats were. So I guess it was some sort of signing event, or they were coming out for his birthday or something, and more people than thought showed up. So as a thank you, he's basically writing these handwritten letters on post-it notes with little treats and giving it back to the fans. I think these are the little tiny moments like this, these little extra things that you just don't need to do. I think is what really solidified the army being attracted to these guys. You've already kind of fallen in love with the music. There's a message there. You start seeing some personality, and now you're seeing some actual love come back from your dedication. This is just it's a breeding ground for positivity, and it's just something that I think anybody would want to be a part of. I mean, hell, I'm not the right guy for this scene, and I want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? It's all of these things just keep adding up, and it just adds one more layer to the character, one more layer to this massive cake that is BTS.
지금은 잠시 중단 타임 하고 있지만 나는 작곡 연습을 하고 있다. 이게 하다 보면 이게 막 거기에 매력이 빠지게 되는데 맨 처음에 할 때는 진짜 맨 처음에 너무 어렵다 했는데 이게 자꾸 하다 보니까 이것도 하고 싶고 여기 이런 것도 하면 이
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
이거 이 가수의 이거 멜로디도 따보고 싶고
It's the bug right there.
또 한번 해볼까 이런 게 좀 많아가지고 너무 신세계인 것 같다. 내가 왜 이때까지 이런 걸 안 했지? 하는 그런 생각을 하게 되는데 앨범에 써먹을 수 있었으면 좋겠다. 그때까지 많이 연습을 해야겠지만.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get bit by the bug, you know. I started off as a musician myself, not having any background in audio engineering or recording or producing or any of that stuff. And it wasn't until years later, after I recorded an album or two, that I'm like, hey, I should probably figure out what's going on behind the scenes. You know, who is this producer? Why does he know what sounds good? What's going on? And I started kind of picking those people's brains, and it truly gives you a paintbrush to what you want to create. And having a producing background, being a musician, helps you so much in the songwriting aspects of things. It helps you with, navigating an entire band if you have them at your disposal, having the drummer do one thing, the bass player, the guitar player do a different thing, or in this case, the different harmonies working together, or samples and things like that. It's just literally like having 10 extra paintbrushes, next to you, as opposed to just having one house paintbrush. You literally can just add so much and do so many things. It's difficult, as he was saying. It's incredibly difficult. You have to want to learn. You have to want to understand it. Otherwise, you just won't. And it's something you got to keep up with too, because the technology is always changing as well. But that's one thing that I always respected as well, is that a lot of these guys do producing on their own. I just learned about some of Suga's producing, and what I saw him do with, I think it was IU was her name, was absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to checking out kind of his alter ego thing. But it's good to see everybody kind of getting into the production side of things and into producing, because these are artists at heart. And an artist at heart is going to know that they really need to perfect their craft in every form of the way, especially when it comes to this, when everything is perfected with the multi-layered production that's going on. But it's just good to see them even take that extra step, outside of any extra free time that they have, to dedicate even more time to what they're doing. It's admirable. It really is.
이게 원래 몸이 그랬는지 아니면 이게 몸이 잘 안 따라준다. 정말 단 하루도 빠짐없이 이렇게 매일 운동을 하고 있다. 매일 정말 꽤 오랜 시간 동안 진짜 하루도 빠짐없이 이렇게 늘 잘 때 운동을 하곤 하는데 사실 춤 잘 추고 싶다.
What's in his bag?
이거 보여 안 혼나겠지?
The box.
집에서 해. 건담이요. 이거는
What's that? Cookies?
편지 팬분들한테 받은 편지도 가지고 다니는데.
Letters?
책이랑.
A passport or something?
렌즈.
Contact lenses?
자, 렌즈.
Rid of gangster stuff.
이렇게 왜 가지고 다니냐면 제가 렌즈를 맨날 까먹은 거예요. 가지고 오는 걸. 이거는 목 아플 때 먹은 거. 지금 먹으니까. 이것도 몇 개씩 가지고 다녀요.
지금 목 아프.
Any honey?
네, 지금 목 아픈데 지금 빨리 녹음해야 되는데.
What does he use? Okay.
그리고 막 개판이에요. 택배
이건 뭐야?
영수증, 여권, 피어싱, 면도기 나를 없어.
Razor with no blade. Important stuff.
네? 나를 없어요. 어디였지?
Just the base. You only need the base. Little known fact, that's how men shave. Yeah, cute. Cute stuff. It looks like he had some sort of like lozenge or, like, I don't know, like cough pill or whatever. Or, yeah, lozenge, I guess, whatever it's called. That probably helped his throat. A common trick with monk singers, especially ones that I've worked with and seen, is they'll actually carry around honey with them. Honey is the best thing for your voice if your voice is starting to hurt. And oftentimes before and after performances, you'd have tea, or you'd have literally just like warm water mixed with honey. And it just like it helps your voice. I've never been a vocalist myself, so I've never had to do that. But I've worked with several of them and seen it several times. Just them basically sucking honey. I worked with one singer one time, and he literally didn't even mix with anything. He just had like a little bear bottle, It's like that before he went on stage. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? He's like, dude, it helps my throat. I'm like, you're about to go on stage right now. You're sucking down honey. You're not afraid that like that's going to drip all over you, or you're going to be sticky out there, or yeah, whatever. Another story for another time. But anyway, honey is a popular use. All right, so how Jimin felt about showing his abs.
복은 지민이만 까기로 했다. PD님 명령이다 라고 말씀해 주셨고 지민이를 제외한 6명은 와 진짜 대박이다. 살았다 우리.
Somewhat relief.
안도의 한숨을 쉬었었죠. 반면 그 옆에 청천벽력 같은 소식을 접한 지민이는
I don't know about this.
모르겠다. 이렇게 지민이의 걱정과 함께 노멀 드림 안무는 완성이 되고 얘는 기억이 나는데 예전에는 진짜 부끄러워서 막 복근도 막 못 가고
그러니까요. 아니 저한테 따로 그 와서 상담했었어요. 나한테 진짜 복근을 까주시는 거 어떻게 하냐.
행사를 가면 복근 까는 부분에서 달라지는 함성 소리에 몸소 체험하게 되면서
맞아.
지민이의 표정이 달라지기 시작했습니다. 자기는 복근이 없으면 못 알아본다. 복근 까기 싫다.
Yeah.
원래는 이제 노초랑 이게 너무 싫었는데 하다 보니까
맞들렸지.
소리가 다른 게 느껴지잖아요.
네, 아 저질이야.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, no. It's amazing. You know, people tell me all the time, I don't know anything about these guys from this point on, but I continuously hear stories about how humble and down to earth they are. I wonder how that's possible. I wonder how the ego just doesn't get to your head. You know, just having thousands of screaming girls, you know, looking at your stomach and going batshit crazy. Like, that's got to go to your head a little bit. They somehow seem to remain humble. A cool little moment there. Uh-oh, a filming incident.
이게 중요한 게 아니고요. 이제 호비가 저희 제육이 촬영하다가 실신.
실신. 정말인가요?
네. 제가 정말 좋은 컨디션으로 촬영을 참여를 했는데 뭔가 이제 많은 근무신과 이제 이미지 컷과 뭐 이렇게 촬영을 하다 보니까 제가 과로인 듯해요. 마지막에 쓰러졌어요.
No.
근데 뭐 지금은 멀쩡합니다.
제 생각에는
I wonder if it was like heat exhaustion or what the case was. I wonder why he passed out.
참 잘한다.
이 형이 아침부터 혼자 신났었어요. 네. 혼자 춤을 막 열정적으로 거울 앞에서 막 추다가
거기서 체력을 반을 쓴 것 같아요, 제가.
저녁에 쓰러졌어요.
네.
근데
그래 막내가 어떻게 해줬죠?
근데 그때 되게 신기했던 게요. 아침엔 되게 쌩쌩했어요, 진짜. 근데 저녁에 갑자기 쓰러지더라고요. 그래서 병원에 데리고 갔죠. 그래서 링겔을 맞고 다시 다음 날 아침에 봤는데 아침까지 힘이 없는 거예요. 그래서 제가 허석이 형을 위해 앞에서 춤을 추니까 허석이 형이 되게 좋아하더라고요.
어떤 춤을?
네.
He's just popping and locking it in the hospital. All right.
7년째 반복하는 이 짓 I love it 네가 무시했던 아침이가 이제 날 live it 나 떳떳해 내 가사줄 남이 써준 적 없어 전부 내만 냈어 거짓말 안 해 때려 죽여도 데뷔했을 때만 해도 나 계속 메이저와 마이너 사이서 고민했지 난 어디쯤 위치에 있을까 재가며 쓸데없는 가면을 딱 쓰고서 머리 싸맸던 날들 forget them 어차피 감톤 대충 이정하는 것을 왜 몰랐을까 시간이 지나 내가 깨달은 걸 편견 없는 가치 정도만 내가 신난다는 걸난 지금은 나를 믿고 난 신념을 믿어 내가 나 안 믿는데 세상에 그 어느 누가 나를 믿어 respect 너는 래퍼들이 버릇없이 또 버릇처럼 외쳐대는 걸 존중하지 못한 거면 입에 참지는 my bitch just wanna tell you ain't shit
Nice. Feels good putting on your dirty clothes. I wonder if this is a hint of the new album. Or the new one for me. Yeah, Spinebreaker. That's next week, guys. Next week, we'll be listening to that song, School Love Affair. It's going to tie together the trilogy. And then I'm not sure where it goes from there. I don't know what album's next. I think there's 7 albums. So I got a ways to go. But pretty cool stuff. Again, yeah, obviously, I love these candid moments. It was a beautiful documentary. I can't wait to check out Chapter 5. Every single one of these has been so engaging and so much fun to watch. I'm lucky that like so many people like want to enjoy this with me. Because I said today, even on stream, I'm like, I feel kind of bad that I'm not like, a choreography person, like I don't know the inner workings of dance. Like I can't explain what's happening from an educated point of view. I can only say like what I'm immediately thinking, seeing this for the very first time as a complete outsider. And I'm lucky that people still care and they want to see what a complete outsider thinks of this and their initial reactions to this art form. Because I'm going in blind, guys. I'm going in blind. I'm literally going in order from the very beginning all the way to the end and just trying to read the comments after, get a better, broader understanding. And I'm hoping by the time I reach the end of all of this, I'll kind of be at some of your level, you know? And we can just enjoy stuff together. Maybe we can even catch a show together sometime or something. That's what I'm hoping. That's the dream. But how long it takes me to get there, I don't know. I'm going to keep doing these things, at least probably one stream every week or so. Maybe I'll take a week or two off here or there, because I do have a lot of other content I need to get to. But here on Patreon, I'm going to try and at least get a couple BTS stuff out, at least once or twice. I know a bunch of you guys joined, probably because of my BTS journey. And there's a lot of stuff I do want to explore, and it gives me a reason to keep doing it. So I do appreciate the support over here, and I do appreciate you guys, helping keep the lights on and give me more of a reason to record these things and not just binge through them myself, because it's almost therapeutic enjoying this with you guys, Like I said, going back and reading the comments and kind of connecting with you guys has been an incredible experience from just this end. It gives me a much better perspective as to what's going on. If I was just to sit down and go through YouTube, hit that space bar and spend a couple days, just going through all this stuff, well, yeah, that'd be entertaining. And, we all love binging stuff from time to time, but this is a completely different way to do it for me. This is like watching, I don't know. Like we binge shows on Netflix, like I'll binge, Stranger Things or whatever. Then maybe I'll go and check out like a forum on Reddit or something. But you don't really go like episode by episode and build it up with people. And it's what I'm trying to get at here is this is a fantastic, incredible experience for me. And thank you for the support and thank you for being here to answer any of my questions. And most importantly, thank you for helping me understand the art form behind this. No more than a couple months ago, I thought this was essentially just a thirst trap for teenage girls. Yet here we are. Anyway, guys, this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I definitely did, and I'm going to catch you guys out on the next video. Have yourself a fantastic night, everybody. Bye now.